Hello and welcome to Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars.
Hey guys, welcome back. Be sure to check out the show notes at the bottom of this recording because I usually have a lot of cute little tidbits along the way, and you also get to follow me on Instagram at Elizabeth Magical Garden. All the information will be down below. Hi, my name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, welcome back to the podcast. It is a beautiful sunny day, which I have not partaken in because I wanted to record some episodes for you guys. So here we are enjoying the sun from the window. Guys, welcome back to the podcast. I pray that everybody's well. I pray that you are in great spirits and you are enjoying this new fall weather we have coming about. It's creeping in the mist. Is getting cooler in the mornings. Love. Shout out to all the moms and dads that have their little ones back in school. Oh my God, I know it's a crazy event. I no longer have to deal or partake in the sorts, but nonetheless, I do remember. So my heart goes out to you and just stay strong. Guys, so this episode, I wanted to discuss what does it mean to start anew? What does it mean? What does it mean to practically erase or walk away from an old life? Now, this is definitely a hot topic because I have walked away from many lives. I have walked away from many lives, and I think that it's safe to say that I'm not the only one. I'm sure you guys have experienced life in different realms and have also evolved from them as well. But I wanted to narrow it down just a bit because I have how can I say, there's somebody I know that is going through a change of life right now, and it's scary. It's really scary, whether you are choosing to or it's chosen for you, being in a position where the old life is no longer is snatched from you, whether you are starting a new job, moving to a new country, getting a divorce, starting a new relationship. Regardless of the leap that's being that's in front of you, it can be really scary. And I just thought that it would be fitting for me to use this topic, especially now that we are in September. I don't know about you, but September kind of feels like January. I know think about it. It's only but so many months we have left for 2024. What's it? September, October, November, December. Three more months. In 3 more months, right? It's done. 3 more months. Because December is right around the corner. I mean, I'm not trying to speed up the months, but that's what it is. So I thought it would be fitting to discuss this topic because like I said, I have lived many lives and have walked away from them as well. When it's time to move on, it's time to move on. And I don't mean to sound fickle, but it's just life. It's life. You can sit in a room for a whole year and you will notice there would be different things that's changing. You would see the furniture getting dusty. You have to, maybe something is going on with your body. You have to use the back. Like there's things that happens that regardless of you wanting the change, it's inevitable. It is. So what can we do to kind of like soften the blow, right? You're in a position, it's happening. What can we do to soften the how can I say, what's that word I'm looking for? The jilt of it happening to you. That's not the word I wanted, but that's going to do for now. Well, one of the things I find that works for me is submitting to the change, submitting to what is happening to me in a way. And when I say submission, I don't mean it in a give up type of way, but in a way I do. Because here's the thing. If you are in a position that this is the position, like there is nothing to say, there's no change, you no longer can reside and be in the old position that you were in. Like I said, whether you are starting a new job, you are moving across country, getting a divorce, becoming a mother or dad, a parent, you are different. And rather than begrudge, like, oh my God, I got to do all of this stuff, and what is this, and this, that, and the third, how about taking it in morsels, right? Taking it day by day, taking it day by day, taking it piece by piece. You know, I have mentioned, this is so corny, I have mentioned this before, but like, and I don't, it's a little morbid, but I'm going to say it anyway. How do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? I feel like I'm saying elephant. How do you eat an elephant? There you go. One bite at a time. I know it's old. It's, please don't come for me. It's an old saying, but it's true. Mount Rushmore, right? How do they get there? One step at a time, one hike at a time, one pull at a time. What I'm saying is, instead of looking at the big picture and all the things that, all the responsibilities that comes with it, how about breaking it down in morsels? Understanding that, hey, I know all this stuff is being asked of me. I know that I have a major responsibility. But you know what? This is only 24 hours in a day, right? Even if you want to stay up, you're not going to be your best self the next day, right? So there's 24 hours in a day. What can I do to be efficient and make sure I am progressing in the areas that needs me to excel, right? And for me, I like to, and I mentioned that before. I believe, what episode was that? When I mentioned, the quarters, breaking things down and putting it in quarters. What I like to do during my day, I go from the big responsibility, and then everything after that responsibility is shrinked down. It goes from large to small to small to small. Sometimes it goes from small to big to big. It depends on what that is needed for me for the day. Like today I am recording these podcasts for you guys, right? So I gave myself enough time to rejuvenate, to do the things that was going to get me fired up, to come in the best possible energy for you guys. And here I am. Yes, it's a beautiful sunny day, but this is what I chose. This is what is expected of me. This is what I love to do for you guys. I take this very seriously. So, okay, there'll be other sunny days, and with that being said, instead of sitting here saying, wow, it's really sunny outside, I wish I didn't, the big picture is I have the privilege to sit here and record these episodes for you guys. I have the privilege to have the medium to be able to record these episodes for you guys. So why would I sit here and begrudge it? Same thing. I remember when my son was very little. I was a young mother. I was 18. I was 18, child. I was 18 when I gave birth. I literally turned 18 2 weeks before he was born. Okay. So I was a minor while I was pregnant. And when I turned 18, I was no longer a minor, but I still couldn't drink. Oh my God. I was a mother, but I couldn't drink. Okay. Anyway, not that I want to, but it's just the irony in the whole thing. Anyway, I digress. Having a baby is no small feat. Okay. This is a whole human being. I can't express all the things that to this day, I look at the old me and I'm like, girl, what? But of course I was younger. I was stronger. I was more everything, right? With that being said, I'm a human being, and it was very daunting. It was very overwhelming, and I was still living with my mom at the time, and my mom is old school. Okay. So she was and we had a washing machine, but I didn't wash my son's clothes until he was a year in a washing machine. Right. Okay. So welcome to my life. For a whole year. I used to pre-soak his clothes in a basin, and I used to get on my knees and scrub his clothes. Okay. Now, at the time, you know what? I was so young. I didn't know from the moon up. So I was like just doing what I was told. Like, okay, this is what you do. This is what you do. And I would do it. I had my calendar in terms of like what was expected of me. I just broke everything down in morsels. I knew when it was time to buy more detergent. What detergent I was using? Was it Ivy? It was some baby detergent. It was expensive too. Ivy? Was it Ivy Snow with the baby on it? I think it was black and white. Anyway, I did that for a whole year. Okay. I'm just doing a little shadow work with you guys, it's not so much shadow, but I'm just bringing you back. Well, it is kind of like in the dark of what I was going through, what I was doing. And with that being said, I had to learn how to multitask because I had all these things to do because this is my baby. Okay. The fact that I was able to still have my own room, live at home, right? Raise my son. Okay. I was not going to complain because I had to do everything for my baby. Like, okay. So I still had to do that, but I still was finishing school. Yeah. I didn't finish at the time, and I had to take a little T off, right? And so after he was born, that was like my mission to finish school. So I was doing all these things, still being a young mother, still being a young lady. I mean, I was growing up into an adult woman. I was already a mother. I was finishing up high school. It was a lot. And I'm not even going to go into all the other stuff that comes in with having a child. But what I learned is how to be efficient and not allow myself to be overwhelmed with what was put in front of me. I resigned myself to understand, like, look, today is whatever day it is, right? And I know what is expected of me first. Of course, my son, first priority, and then me. Now, as time has progressed, I created a system, like get him together, make sure all his bottles, everything is good, to stand at third, and then queuing in some time for me. Now, this is something that I didn't learn just on my own. My mom coached me, okay? I remember it was like about 2 weeks after my son was born. And my mother, I was like a chicken without a head, okay? I was walking around like, who done what and why? And I remember my mother coming to me and she said to me, listen, get yourself together, take a shower, comb your hair, put yourself together. If he ate, if he's fed and he's changed, put him in his crib and get yourself together. You know, if he cries, he's going to cry sometime. You can't, that's something that can't be helped. That's why you make sure that he's good, right? Once he's good, get yourself together. People are coming to see the baby and yada, 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 yada. I am very blessed to have such a, after God, to have such a great support system from my mom, of course, family, but my mom was definitely, she definitely was my rock when I just became a mother. Like, I'm just so grateful, and I'm humbled to be able to say that, because I went to school with a lot of girls that didn't have the same story, unfortunately. You know what I mean? So I don't take anything for granted. Anyway, what am I saying? Like, what is this whole story about? Well, basically resigning yourself to understand that life is going to have its tremendous challenges. You're going to be challenged. I came across a quote. I'm going to paraphrase. Basically, in order to receive a blessing, you need room for that blessing. I'm going to repeat that. In order to receive a blessing, you need to have room for your blessings, right? So a lot of times you'll find yourself in a big turn of events. Something either got, something drastic is requiring you to change, right? But if you take time and zoom out, what you'll notice is that something good always comes out of that change. So maybe you learned something, maybe you received something good always happens through the change. Something that you would have never received if that thing didn't happen. I know that has been my story over and over and over again. Because think about it. Who's going to choose the hard work? I can't even get it out. Who is going to choose the hard road? You tell me. Who is going to say, hey, here's my hand, pick me for the hard road? No one. And I'm not talking about obstacles like you go into a game and you're going to have to, like, I'm not talking about those events where people actually sign up and go through the mud and stuff like that. And I really believe that those people that do that is because they understand life is tough. So they kind of keep themselves in their arena of a warrior. So when life just kaboom hits them, they kind of like, it's always on stealth mode, like moving around the swoop. Okay, that's a little drastic, right? But if we can just reprogram our mindset, our perspective towards things, understanding that life is happening with you, not to you. You have a choice. So if you say to yourself, you know what, I know all this is expected of me, but there's only 24 hours in the day. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to have a good night's sleep. And then I'm going to wake up by the grace of God, and then I'm going to keep it pushing. I'm going to keep doing wash, rinse, and repeat. And before you know it, you'll be way further than you would have stewing and begrudging and being upset about the very things that's being requested of you. And I just want to take a time out to say, I'm not saying not to be human, okay? This is after you swallow the pill, right? Because sometimes we just got to wrap our heads around certain things, right? It takes time. But don't take too much time. This is not about getting comfortable to make the move. The move is never comfortable. And this is why a lot of times we have to be pushed through circumstances to make the move. The move is never comfortable. No one never signs up to have way more on their plate than necessary, right? we live a life of luxury. And when I say luxury, if you could turn on your lights, if you could turn on your stove, if you could open your refrigerator, if you got internet, you got a cell phone, okay? These are just some of the things. You're rich, because there's a lot of other people across the world that can't say the same thing. Even in your town, can't say the same thing. Things are rough. Things are rough. So having a positive outlook on the tasks ahead will enable you to achieve way more than staying put and begrudging what is being asked of you. Guys, be sure to check out all the links down below. I have mentioned that the vlogs back, guys. The vlogs is already there. You already know. You can check my website, Elizabeth Magical Garden, is where everything I create resides. But I'm particularly talking about the vlogs. Be sure to subscribe to the vlog channel. I'm not, you know what? I know that y'all subscribe to this YouTube channel. This podcast YouTube channel. We have our own YouTube channel. Yes, it's a baby channel, but we are growing slowly but surely. But be sure to subscribe to the vlogs. I upload a new vlog every Wednesday. So hang out with your girl, have a little fun. It's entertaining. Trust is entertaining. The weeks are fun. Anyway, guys, food for thought. Stay in peace, stay in love, and stay empowered. Peace.
Hey guys, leave a comment, a review, preferably 5 stars. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram, because what is popping over there. And also check out my YouTube channel to stay connected and see your girl's lovely face. Guys, I love you so much. Keep on pushing, and I'll definitely speak to you soon. Be blessed.